On this week's conversation, we're talking all about the tomato. We're going to talk about the most common 6 varieties you'll find at the grocery store and how to prepare them. The fun facts on this fruitful little gem will blow you away, so don't go anywhere. My name is Scott, this is Learning Vegetarian. Let's get started. Hi everyone. On this week's conversation, we are talking all about the tomato. I wanted to break down what the most 6 common varieties you'll find at the grocery store, and I wanted to show you what the best use for them in the kitchen is. So, not every tomato is the same, but here's some fun facts on the tomato. Did you know that the tomato dates back to early 700 AD in the time of the Aztecs? They were the first to actually cultivate these guys when they were just the size of a pea, and they used them for cooking. It wasn't until the 1600s when the Spaniards took it back over to Europe and it became a popular item used in Spanish dishes. The French call it the love apple or pomme d'amour. Tomatoes are the highest source of lycopene, important for the health of the prostate gland in men. And truth be told, a tomato is actually a fruit. In 1890, the government changed the classification of tomatoes to a vegetable so that they could be taxed. The definition of a fruit is anything that's edible that contains seeds. There are over 10,000 varieties of tomatoes, and that means they come in every color from pink to black to white to yellow to orange, you name it, the tomato comes in that color. Fun fact, there are no mention of tomatoes in the Bible or in any work of Shakespeare. What makes the heirloom so special is the definition of heirloom is actually a seed that's passed down from generation to generation. Heirlooms are actually created by using seeds from other heirlooms in non-large scale farms. These tomatoes have a short shelf life. These guys have a short shelf life and robust in flavor. Heirlooms can be cooked in many different ways and can be grilled, roasted, put into soups, put into sauces. They're delicious as full tomato steaks. You can do everything with an heirloom. They are delicious. And if you've ever watched any of my cooking shows, you know that this guy is my favorite. This is the heirloom. The next guy on our list is the beefsteak. This is going to be your most common variety of tomato that you will find in a restaurant or in a sandwich shop. These guys can be up to 4 pounds and be from colors from pink to bright red. They're generally a smooth composition on the outside, but sometimes have a ribbed finish such as the Ponderosa Red. These tomatoes are delicious chopped up on sandwiches, roasted, or full tomato steaks. The beefsteak tomato is full of vitamin A, vitamin C, and full of fiber. The next tomato I want to talk about is tomatoes on the vine. So not only do these look fancy, but the stem is actually still providing nutrient to the tomato while it's sitting on the shelf at the grocery store. So these guys end up being a lot sweeter and have a lot more flavor to them. If you want a nice rich flavor in your salad, or you want a nice uniform chopped tomato, beyond the beefsteak, this guy's gonna do it for you. There's a lot of rich flavor in these, and I really highly recommend. These are wonderful for caprese salads. Tomato on the vine. Next up on our list is the Roma Tomato. This tomato is also better known as the plum tomato, and it is actually the healthiest tomato of them all because this tomato has the highest content of lycopene out of all the tomatoes. Because of its meaty content, this tomato is classified as best tomato to cook in anything. It is really the general jack of all trades, if you will. Roma tomatoes come in all different sizes. There's dwarf Romas, there's this Roma, there are elongated heirloom Romas. Roma tomatoes were developed to be disease resistant for their shape and for their durability to be able to travel across the country. Roma tomato. The cherry tomato. These tomatoes come in all different sizes, from the size of your thumb all the way up to the size of a golf ball. And the smaller the tomato, the better the flavor. These guys are delicious. They're great for salads, they're great for skewering, they were great for grilling. They have so much flavor packed in them, and there's so many varieties. And the determinate type of tomato is a bush-like that has vines and only grows like maybe one crop at a time. Whereas an indeterminate tomato will bear fruit continuously out through the entire season. These guys are considered both indeterminate and determinate. So you'll find them in all different kinds of shapes, all different types of plant sizes. Cherry tomatoes. These little tomatoes pack a punch, and they got their name because of the shape. They're shaped like grapes. These indeterminate tomatoes grow throughout the entire summer season until the frost. And that means that they grow on vines and they produce large quantities throughout the entire season. Grape tomatoes are best used as a raw tomato. They're great in salsas. They're really great for adding into sauces or paste because they have such a great flavor to them. These guys are believed to be cultivated in South Asia to have a hard exterior skin that makes them durable for shipping. These are the grape tomatoes. All right, well, if you didn't get all that, make like a tomato and catch up. I had to say that. I've had so much fun talking about tomatoes today, and I learned so much putting this episode together. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did sharing it with you. I hope the next time you're in the grocery store, you feel more confident in picking out the tomato that's best suited for your needs. Take this information, make it your own. My name is Scott. This is Learning Vegetarian. Until next time.